Right, hi everyone. Welcome if you're new. It's a bit shaky. Maybe something's on shaky grounds because that was shaking about there. Welcome if you're new, and hello if you're here all the time. My name's Claire. This channel is about empowering you on your twin flame journey, your inner divine feminine, your inner divine masculine. And yeah, so like I said, a bit lower energy today, and I did, like I said, I got a bit of a heads up that I would need a bit of a rest yesterday and possibly today, and I definitely do need a rest today, but I've rested all day, and then I was prompted to come and film this at they always show me the 144 or 441 backwards, and I got guided to come and film this around then. Well, that's what it is now, just past that, and so I've just got a feeling this is going to be quite an intense message for, so we'll see why. But I'm shuffling the mixture of the Divine Masculine cards, which is 2 decks together, which are always quite intense anyway, most of the ones that come out of this. But let's see where we go with this. So, yeah, and if I don't say it throughout the video, I appreciate you all, the hashtag oldies and the hashtag newbies. It makes a difference if you like the video, so thank you if you do. Not many people do around here, but thank you if you are one of the ones that do. I like my own video, I've got my own back. And I would say comment at this point, but the comments are off because I've just found that actually suits me better, and it doesn't make it 144. I got guided to 144, and I'm looking all around the room, so it must be quite an intense message. Also to do with union, because they're pulling me the gold pineapple up there, and pineapples are about reconciliation. I haven't used that deck for ages, actually. I don't know where that one's kicking about, though. I might pause this and get it and have a look if I feel guided, but I probably won't. What else? If you'd like to book a session, I will be... I think I'll be around to it. I'll definitely be filming tomorrow. I don't know that I'll be available for a personal session tomorrow on Friday the 17th, but yeah, depends what time it is. If it was kind of like later on, then yeah, but I do like to wrap up my work on the Friday night where possible. Do you know what I mean? So like I don't like to be sitting too late. I don't know how to handle my emotions, so we've got that one leaping out. But yeah, I'll definitely be back. I work Tuesday to Friday. I can't remember what days. I think definitely I'll be around. I think yes, actually Tuesday, Wednesday, I'll be in my most strength actually for personal sessions and stuff. But anyway, but you can just email if you're not sure, But and like I said, always, even when you do book a time, there is a chance, like myself or someone else that's helping me might message and be like, I need to reschedule. So, but anyway, blah 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 blah. Let's go on with this. So, I've saged before I came on and got to use these cards. They guided me to use the words as well. So let's just pull a word. I could see support was sticking out there, so that's significant. Do you know what? I just had a strong feeling that like one of these words is going to be like a sign for one of yous, or or sometimes it could be a few yous, but that could be said about the whole freaking video. But like, I don't know. So we've got authenticity, keep it real out there, peeps. And courage, yeah, oh my god, love it. It's the very last, the very last degrees of, I think it's actually, no, it's not the last degrees, it's the last degree. The anaretic, or I like to call it the chaotic, which I was born in that degree pretty much, degree of Leo moon. So it is, very dramatic energy. And then look, that looks like Superman or something when I went da 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 da. But yeah, keep it real and be courageous when it comes to sharing your feelings or when it comes to anything. Let's see what else comes up. Also, it is the tower and relax. Oh, this fits with the shorts. So I think that's the masculines being guided to step into their masculine and the feminines guided to step into their feminine. Wow, loving it. And then also notice the synchronicity of usually would love to kick the arse out of it on a Leo moon because I love the energy, but I chose to do that yesterday. Wait a minute, it wasn't it? See, I'm getting all mixed up. It wasn't it yesterday? It was the day before yesterday, wasn't it? So that I can be more in my feminine, because, well, basically I was just guided to, do you know what I mean? But also I was tired and needed a bit of a chill. So, and then that fits with what I've channeled for today's shorts. They're not usually real time, but that shorts that I filmed the other day does seem to tie up with the energy I'm picking up on here. Of basically both twins surrendering. That's what I titled it, because I forgot I actually hadn't put it up yet. But yeah, I feel both twins surrendering. I'm going to spray some Florida water. Well, we're invoking the energy of Florida water because there's none left in that. I'll need to get more. Right, let's see what else. So again, this might not be it doesn't need to be a very long video. I mean, it might be longer because I'm going to do the abundance one and the like the ancestral, mother healing, feminine energy. I think I was more going to go with like creative, sort of businessy kind of wait a minute, that's the money one. Yeah, I was going to go with those creativity cards I've got, or can't remember what, but I just got like hits of what it was meant to be on. I'll know when I do it, but and I only just watched back the ones from the other day, but they, by the way, they were really good. And again, when I say that, I'm not meaning about me, I'm meaning the messages that I channeled through that are coming from God and the ancestors and guides, a collection of all of our guides and ancestors was yeah, they were really powerful messages. So if you haven't watched the ones where I'm wearing the tatty sack jumper, that's what we'll call that. I'll wear that when it's cold. It basically wasn't cold the day I was wearing it, but I'll wear it when the next time it is a bit chill. I think it's chillier towards the end of the week or next week. Yeah, they were powerful messages. I can't remember why really now. Oh, maybe because I was channeling about that film, My Best Friend's Girl, because, do you know, I'm not being funny, because I've only seen that twice. I might actually watch that again. It's that good. Like, it's just, if I ever need to laugh, I'm putting that on. I mean, that really is my sense of humour, so it's very smutty sense of humour. It's just, yeah. I've always liked that kind of, do you know what I mean? Like, people that just are too close to the bone sometimes, like say things that shock people. Oh, fucking hell. I'm laughing at that too because it's like, it's me, right, with certain things, but that is also my twin flame. From what I can remember of what he was like, I would say, it's like, some things he doesn't talk much, well, and then other time when he does, it's like, again, it's the Sagittarius, and I suppose I'm saying that because it's like, for any of you, not just him, but for anyone that kind of wonders why they're like, it's like, it is the Sagittarius energy. Like, I'm like that because I've got a Sagittarius moon, and twin flame, if you happen to see this, you've got a shitload of planets in Sagittarius, so it's kind of like, do you know what I mean? It is all about humour and keeping it light and laughter and. But we do need to get serious from time to time as well, in life, in general. I'm not talking to my twin flame right now. Although, right, that's, what a weird channeling, but I'm just going with it. Is it, like, what has life come to when I have to talk to the other half of my soul through YouTube whilst addressing and helping all these other people? I mean, when it says in my astrology chart that I do something strange for my work and my soul's calling, that's how real astrology is. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, hopefully it's not always like that, guys. Hopefully we can reach some sort of, I don't know, conclusion, compromise, conversation there. Oh, that was a lot of C's. That was all the C's, wasn't it? But yeah, yeah, because the reason why I think they're making me sort of home in on the dynamic that as I see it, is because we've got Venus conjunct Saturn in Pisces. I think it's like exact Saturday, but basically the energy is around now. And what that is like I've said before, I haven't said too much, but like that's that's how mine and his energies match up. And it's kind of like, to just put it in a really funny sort of way, right? It's like you've got party meeting, right? Stop mucking around now. We need to, we need to calm. It's not so much we need to calm down, but it's like right. Basically, Venus is the party, party, party. I want to have fun like 24/7, and Saturn is saying, yeah, I want to party too, and I want to have fun, but we need to put the hard work in first to get the rewards and results. That's what that says, right? In any sign. So it's in Pisces. So that the flavour that would be there I would feel, what's coming to me instantly is have fun, like kind of, especially because Pisces is escapism, which remember I spoke about before. Anything Pisces Neptune related can be very dangerous because it's talking about addictions like drinking, drugs, anything. That basically any kind of addiction that is too much of something is not a good thing. Even healthy stuff, you know what I mean? It's like, think about, again, I can think of something. I don't really I don't want to get too deep into different things because like. But I suppose, no, it did spring to mind, like, say, like, veganism, right? Like, if you are a vegan, like, you know what I mean? It's everybody's got their own sort of choice, but it's kind of like, I've definitely seen, like, things where people, like, in the world, like, I've seen so many videos where people have been, like, that they got so ill and, like, lost all the nutrients and stuff because there are just some people that, you are built to, like, you need to eat meat, you know what I mean? And it doesn't make you like any less of an animal lover, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, because actually, to come from a shamanic perspective, I loved that whenever we were going to, whenever I was going to any of my shamanic groups in person, before you actually eat the food, if there are any animals present, which there was always kind of like, there's always meats and that and available, as well as there's people that don't eat meat, you always, you thank the animals. And I just looked at 1144 there as well. So we've saw 144 and 1144 quite a lot here, lots of 144 codes, including the time that I got guided to film this at. And it's about, as long as you're giving thanks for what you're, being provided with, like that is okay. And a lot of people are definitely in my eyes. But anyway, so, but again, I respect everybody's got different sort of views and all that, but very interesting things are coming through here. But yeah, so in Pisces, where it's going to be, right, is I feel it would be things like, yeah, by all means, have fun drinking and, being a bit wild, but Saturn is then going to come in and I'm only using this example because that's what sprang to mind, and I also just watched a good person last night, which I posted about. I didn't think that was going to come into this, but it might. Like, Saturn would say, if you overdo it, you're going to be sorry, and that can go from anything from a hangover to, well, let's face it, let's be blunt, dead. Do you know what I mean? That's what having an addiction to alcohol would do to you. It would ruin your life. And so on that note, or anything, like I said, just apply it to whoever this is speaking to. Or like eating, like sometimes I go through phases where I'm like, shit, I'm eating too much junk food, like I need to pull it back. Whereas, and I feel I have successfully pulled it back now, because other than when it's like, just before my time of the month, TMI, but like I said, I've got a bit of TMI in me. And I also do talk about, I do talk about all these kind of things in personal sessions, you know what I mean? This is what I'm like, yeah, womb healer. So I do talk about things like that, anything in this area, whether it be sacred sex or things to do with like the menstrual cycle, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? It's what I help people with. Yeah, that's when I crave a bit of chocolate. And then other than that, I'm not really that bothered any of the rest of the time. So you know what I mean? You can, if you've got some kind of addiction to food or drink or drugs or sex or rock and roll or whatever else I haven't said, or all the different social media, you can with discipline, you can get a handle on that. It doesn't mean you don't ever do any of these things, but maybe just don't let it take over your life. And I'm a good example of that, because like I always say, I can get too addicted to here. And then when I notice it's not productive, like I'll rein it in and I'll have a break. In fact, I'm going to do that really soon again. I always like to do it for like a whole weekend or something, just to show myself that I can. And also I do it whenever the moon is in my 12th house. I come off for that period of time, because that's when your fears are at the strongest. So that's always when I see titles that would be like my worst nightmare, and I'm like, okay, enough entered it today. I just looked at 1441 as well. mirrored numbers, but also 144. Wow, if you resonate with 144,000, this is definitely going to speak to you. Also, they're pulling my eyes to the Jesus card deck, but I don't know where the cards are, but just deliverance. That's what that says to me. Somebody's needing deliverance, and welcome, you're in the right place. That's what I do in my sessions, in my modern way. Like I said, I'm a modern mystic, a modern shaman. What does this say? I'm still healing. Wow. So you see how that's just leapt out. This is going to have relevance. So for those of you that might resonate with the extreme bit, so basically that's how that Venus Saturn transit is coming in. Just one of the examples for everyone, because that's where it is in the world. But I'll just touch on me, my twin flame have got that, which is why I laugh, because if I don't laugh, basically I'll cry, because I'm the boring one. And I hate the word boring. Who likes the word boring? But basically, I'm the Saturn in the equation, and he's the Venus. And basically, for anyone that's lurking on this that knows both of us or has seen us interact together, you'll probably get that. Because it's like, but I was laughing earlier when I was thinking about it, because it's like, not only is that like we are a good example of Venus and Saturn synastry with two people, but also the fact that, bearing in mind we've never been in a relationship, right? We're in a twin flame dynamic, but it was always casual. But that's why it's like right away it doesn't work, like when you're not actually both being honest, because like I'm just, no matter whether I was a twin flame or not, with that placement, I'm always going to be about loyalty, commitment, deep friendship, and I don't want the casual relations. And like I said, but that's when I wasn't being true to myself. And then with his Venus, well, it's different, right? Because ours is in Scorpio, so it's like that's why it's even more intense, and again very eggshell. And but what it means is like when two people have got that, and you grow and you evolve as a soul, and get older. If both people choose to embark on that, that's actually one of the most strongest, long lasting romantic connections, commitments, and friendships that you could get. It's like a bond that you can't break. And I don't really care if anyone else can see that, but I can see it, and I actually happen to feel like he can see it too. That put aside the love with twin flames, because remember, it's the other half of your soul. It's a weird type of loyalty that me and him have got that's unspoken, and I get it, and I hope he gets it. But I wanted to teach a little bit about my perspective on that. But yeah, I've only ever saw in one other twin flames chart. I saw that person had it with their twin flame, and I know that's a very important connection as well. Well, but all twin flames are important, but what I'm saying is like it felt like two people that are meant to make a big change in the world together, but it's intense. It is just an intense placement, and it does involve some, and that's why I'm laughing, because it's like I don't know if I like the fact that when I realised that what it was all about, or if I'd rather have not known, because like, but actually, to be honest, I'm glad I do know for myself, and for other people when I'm helping them, because it's like really it's me. I would, I'm listen. I was like, I'm going to make it about me here. I really think it's me that like is at the disadvantage there, because it's like I said, like it does annoy me that it's like I love helping people and guiding people and teaching people, and again, Saturn is the teacher, remember. But it is, it's serious. It's all about boundaries. It's strict. It's like it's whereas Venus is all about beauty and love and money and what you find beautiful, and it's like, so it just kind of like, what I mean? It's basically there needs to be a perspective shift for that to work with anyone that's got that, again, including my connection too. That like really to know that like basically like, well, fuck, I can't say it any other way. What I'm trying to say is it's like that's why it makes sense to me when that other psychic said so many years ago now, it's like somebody took the spark or the sparkle out of your life when when you went into a separation, when you didn't speak to each other and acknowledge each other. And that makes sense, because it's like without him in my life, it's all quite serious and strict, and I'm teaching and guiding, and it's like, where's the fun? So it's like, really, it's quite selfish of Twinflame to not be in my life, because like his Venus matches up with my Saturn, and it just makes things a bit more fun. But I can create the fun around it too. Yeah, I'm very fun by myself, we see that. I bring a lot of playful energy, but it's just, there is something important about that. Whereas, but to go shoe on the other foot, if Venus person overdoes it, which I don't know that my twin flame does do that, but I mean, going by the twin flame journey, what a channel of it all the time, it's more than likely that he's going to resonate with that at some point. Having the Saturn person in your life, even as a friend, but definitely as a lover, it's like, it just brings a bit of order and a bit of you can still have fun, but like work hard first and then get the reward. You know what I mean? And then that's why I was laughing today thinking about that, because that's like the twin flame journey. It's like the divine masculines. I'm not doing it. I'm going to party. I want to have fun. Like, I don't need to do anything. You tell me what to do, because you don't. And also, in divine feminine, divine masculine, divine feminines aren't telling any divine masculines what to do. I'm just making that clear too. Fucking hell, I absolutely could not tell. I don't think anybody could tell him what to do. Basically, well, anyway, I wouldn't say that, but it's like kind of like, I don't want to tell mine what to do. But it's but like I was saying, I'm putting this out there for people that resonate. So obviously, he'll be able to take, and my eyes got guided to his numbers when I said that, he'll be able to take from this what he wants, basically. And I'm sure there's days he'll be like, I'm not fucking watching that. And that's what I mean. That's like the dynamic. It's like, but then when the person chooses to themselves and realise, oh right, actually this is to better my life. It's not like, taking away from it. It's actually, because of the extreme example of what I said about when you overdo it with certain things, you could ruin your life. You know what I mean? If if you're just like, again, I have to use the one of like partying too hard, like with, let's say, alcohol, because that is actually, both things come into it in that film I was watching last night. You know what I mean? But it's kind of like, if you don't get a handle on things, like all the other things will fall apart. Like, you'll not be able to go to your work. People will not want to be around you because your personality will change. Blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? We all know this, and that's what I'm saying. It's why I got fed up with myself when I was like, when my life was seeming to be revolving around the weekend. And by the way, it doesn't need to be like, in the way that you might think. I'm getting flashes of like when I was like just binge drinking, like just living for the weekend, and then, you know what I mean? So anyway, must have something to do with someone, because and I'm just talking about that dynamic I've got with my twin flame, because, to stress, Saturn is conjunct Venus pretty much now, but definitely over the weekend. So if you do feel that strong, it basically, why I'm saying it's an amazing thing when you can understand it and realise that you both have got something that each other needs. Again, yin yang. But it can feel quite it can feel quite like, I'm trying not to use the word oppressive, but I have to. It can feel quite like, like you feel like you have to do you have to do the right thing, and you have to be perfect in it, but then you have to realise that's within yourself, because nobody's perfect. So that's what I mean about, like, I've only just got a sense from when we used to connect when we were younger. Like, I've got a sense of how, just when we would have conversations like the next day and stuff before he left, like I would, because there wasn't a whole load of chat anyway before, but the kind of like, yeah, just sometimes when I would like, yeah, I've given these examples before, but like I've given a funny example of when I got myself in a predicament, like when I'd went on it's like the only date I've ever been on, and because it was such a nightmare, and I just happened to be weirdly telling him the next time I saw him, and it was like the way that he was giving me the advice and the guidance on it was like, it just, you know what I mean, like it was just like, I saw it when I was out of the situation, but when I was in it, I was quite naive, and then whatever he said kind of helped me. And but it is quite funny now thinking, like, knowing that we're twin flames, like, and like, that's what I mean, like, I don't know whether subconsciously I was like seeing whether he actually liked me. I'd say yeah, like, I'd say I was, I mean, never mind subconsciously, I think I was consciously doing that to see whether, but he played a good game face anyway. But like I said, I do too. But that's all it is. It is a game face. I'll just leave it at that. because I was bullshitting when I was making out I didn't like him, and I think you work out the rest. When I pull away from you, I'm afraid of being hurt. It's nothing you're doing wrong. Please don't take it personally. You're doing everything right. Quite funny with that wee story. I let people manipulate me into ghosting you. Wow. Okay, so wow. That is the one I used for the thumbnail. I don't know if I kept it that. I think I did though. That's the one I used for the thumbnail after watching back the one that I done the other day. And also, I'd say that is the vibe of, well, the shorts for today, like I said, they're all timeless, but it does fit in. The shorts for today was actually picking up on supportive friends and families, like soul family around twins. Like, you know, supporting a connection coming together. So that must make sense to some people. Hooray! And now this could even be some of the same people coming around, because like I've said before, with these powerful connections, and I now understand why I just shared one of like the, you know, the many amazing synastry points in mine with mine and his charts. Because again, I'm just sort of feeling into some of this, but I do know that can't, and I do know that what I'm saying is spot on because I know when he was born, but without knowing somebody's actual chart where the houses all lie in that, I don't know exactly, but I know that much because I know that these, I know where these planets are, but it'll be interesting to see what house it lands in, you know what I mean, and then I'll know even more, but again, I'll just keep that to myself but it's kind of like, yeah, there's something in this, like somebody's healing from where they were manipulated into ghosting you. But again, like I've said before, we've got, now I can't come away from how I just described my dynamic with him, but just me as a person, like, personal responsibility is to do with Saturn. So it's like, what I would say here is, you know, you can't blame other people for your actions, but it's about taking personal responsibility if you did do that, which we do know that a lot of masculines did. But yeah, look at everything I've been saying. I know we have a soul connection, and that's basically what I'm saying in the words that I'm not finishing, which, you know, because I don't need to, because it's obvious. It's like, which is also, see, I'm channeling the energy of a soul connection. You don't need to say it because you both know. Who cares if other people don't get it? He knows, I know. And if you're a twin flame, you both know too. Compromise. Look at that. Fucking hell. Compromise is not submission. And again, there you go. Right, this is, I always trust, but I'm just loving how it makes so much sense that I just explained that in detail. Because not only will it be interesting for yourselves with things to do like that, and it also actually demonstrates what I can look at in charts in a session. That would be my big session, by the way. You'd have to book the biggie. You'd have to go to the astrology section on my calendar and the psychic astrology empowerment. And I haven't got an option for synastry there. I'll probably actually need to add that. But yeah, but the thing is, if you book that and you happen to know, you know, your twin flames deets as well, I would look, just because, like, I couldn't help myself. I just find it fascinating. But that's exactly like why they've just got me describe that, because it's like you could see how you could both come at loggerheads. And then also I think it adds a different sort of dynamic to ones like that, to the one that me and him got, because I'm a bit older. Although it's like only like a couple of years, it could really feel like a lot more than that. Like, it's just in the last, all of a sudden, it's just, but again, like, I don't know, it's not really all of a sudden, like, I felt it from the minute I met him, because I remember when he was like I just kissed him, and then he was trying to talk to me again. I was like, you're too young, you know what I mean? I was like thinking I'm like a big mature, like, kind of whatever, but it's you know what I mean? It's again, but I remember the feeling. I remember really fancying him and being like, oh, I hope he comes and chases me. And he did. You know what I mean? He just needs to get a bit of that. But anyway, let's come away from this, because, yeah, might not be appropriate if you're talking about it like this. Anyway, so compromise is not submission. See what I mean? It might not be appropriate to be talking about like this. I think we're long past that. Compromise. Sincere. Someone close to you is sincere. Admitting. It's okay to admit errors and put things right. Wow. Stability. There's Saturn again. So set a solid foundation. Right. So again, it's everything I've just been talking about, obviously. The path you take is up to you. That too. But like I said, with twin flames, I don't really feel there's not a lot of free will. You get pulled back to each other. You can try everything you want to run away. You'll get pulled back to each other eventually. And no, that can take years, it can take, you know, decades, because again, me and mine have been in this a very long dance now, and I don't think that's just talking about this life, but anyway, I'm fucked off that they've made me talk about that for that long, but I can see why it was important with the message. So it must be going to speak to other people that have got similar synastry, or you're going to have. Remember I did say, oh, fuck's sake, remember I did say I felt it was going to be a serious one in more ways than one, but I feel it's because this Venus conjunct Saturn. Who knows, maybe some of you have got Venus in Pisces and then your person's got Saturn in Pisces and you've got that exact feeling, except it won't be as intense. It's because mine's and his are in Scorpio. Like brutal, you know, brutal honesty, brutal truth is what I always call Scorpio, but also very sacred actuality and transformational. And that's why it's like, if you can understand the dynamic and blend the energies of what you both need, you could, you know, soar to great heights in friendship or love, right? So maybe some of you got some of that going on this weekend. I'm so proud that you're my divine masculine. That's lovely. Stop overthinking, get a good night's sleep, and know I'm right by your side energetically. And also, I'm pretty sure as I've been talking, the moon will have moved into Virgo. Virgo moon can be a huge overthinker, so be aware of that. Also, we've got the South Node in Virgo now too, so at some point, that won't really be until like tomorrow-ish, or maybe even if it rolls in the next day, that'll be, you know, the moon will be conjunct the South Node, so it really will be. I think that will see people needing to let go of some kind of everyday ritual routine. Something that was like a staple in your life might be getting left in the past. Like, you know, it's a way of doing things, or a life you were living, or even the people you were with. You've got to leave them in the past. Like, it's not you anymore. You've got to move to the magical North Node in Pisces. That could definitely be people that are leaving behind karmic people of whoever they are in their lives, to move towards their destiny of a destined twin flame. See if that fits as well. When I wake up in the middle of the night, my mind goes instantly to you, wishing you were next to me. And then, of course, the synchronicity with yin yang's hilarious today. You are my equal, the yang to my yin. I mean, I'm going to have to put that in the title, because that's kind of mind blowing with what I've. But and the thing is, the thing that's quite cute about that is what I always say. That's, you know, that's what he is to me, and that's why I always say it's like I can get on with things myself, you know, because I've needed to. But it's like I do always feel like a table that's kind of standing like somehow without all its legs. And not in a codependent way. It's just I would be a much better table with him. I can't say that anymore than what I just said. That was weird, but makes sense to me. Surrender. Look what I titled the shorts. I'm going to pin it below in the description. Both twin flames surrender into the connection. Surrender. I am in good hands. These are the Mary Magdalene and Jesus cards as well, mixed in with a whole load of the other ones. Letting go. Wow, that's fucking powerful. Wait a minute, where's your soul connection card? So remember, there's a combination of people that are still healing, and some people might still be healing because they haven't actually realised where that is in their life. And for other people, it's like letting go, surrendering to the soul connection. That is a powerful thumbnail. Because like I always say, like, it is very... True twin flame connections are extremely intense, right? You don't need me to tell you if you're on one, but I know that there's a few people tuning in that you're just working out, you're on that path. Just going by the chat, I could tell there's a few people maybe working out, like, is this a soulmate, or is this a twin flame, is it a karmic partner? Also, I was talking about Jesus at the 33rd minute there. But it's like, you know what I mean? It's like when you actually truly understand what this connection is about, you have a bit more empathy for yourself and your person. It's, you have to grow into it, which again, not coincidence that synastry I was just talking about, that is a connection that if both people were going to choose that to be a romantic one, a serious one, and with that synastry, that's what it would end up being. It would need, you would need to grow into it, or you'd need to grow to be ready for it, you know, both people, you know. but that makes sense why I would be ready for that connection with him, like long, like like take me and him out of the equation decades before the other person. And I mean, we're not quite going into 2 decades. I mean, it depends what way you look at it. I've known mine just over 2 decades, but it's definitely 15 years anyway of being. Yeah, again, it's hard to put a pin, but like I said, although it's hard to put, it's hard to pinpoint, but it's hard to pinpoint stuff. Just put it that way. Weirdness. We've been in a weirdness for 15 years, which again, I've said before, it fascinates me when I actually can link to some of the transits that are like 12 years and stuff like that. I always forget what one it is, whether it was like the Neptune or the Jupiter or something like that. But it was something like that. When I worked out, I thought, holy shit, like as soon as I noticed him go weird, it was like when one of the planets, I think it must be something like Neptune or something, but and then when it shifted back recently, like last year, oh, it will mean something. The dove. Spirit speaks through the body. Again, the dove is one of my guides at my throat chakra, and I'd say that's a lot to do with why I always say it's God speaking through me. Letting go has come out again in gentleness. The thing that's beautiful about that is like a divine feminine and a divine masculine. And again, if you're same sex or the genders are the other way about, just change it. But that is divine masculines letting go of the programmed masculinity, or I don't like the word toxic masculinity, but that is what they're giving me. And then they're showing me that film I watched with that crude humour, but like, you know, it's like to be more, yielding. They're giving me that word again, yielding, more softer, more gentle, which Jason Momoa guy. But you know what I mean? It's like the divine masculine, because the divine masculine realises, I can still be manly, but also surrender to my feelings and like fall in love, and you know, and again, like I'm saying, growing up. And those guys that are out there being the bad influences, and women actually, you know, like, well, you either roll about with them or you let them get on with it, you know, and then the people that grow up realise that they're going to be able to build an empire and be a better version of them and have an amazing relationship and still, like I said, still be able to have fun and stuff. You know, that's people that grow up. But people that are not wanting to grow up, you just got to leave them to it. And that's part of the divine feminine surrender, you know, because to be honest, again, I have to say it when I'm saying it, when I'm channeling it like that, I just, I love my twin flame so much, and I just, it doesn't matter that we're not fizzling each other's lives. I just want him to be happy, even if that's not with me, and I've always made that clear, and I think I've made it clear even by the fact that with how go big or go home I've went with how I channel things on the, you know what I mean? It's like I did make the decision years ago that it was like, right, you know, I either hold back some of my truth to not piss him off, or I go for it, I speak the truth, and hopefully he'll get it, even if it's years that, oh yeah, see, that's a Saturn sacrifice as well, because it's like, I knew that it was, if I really sort of do it in the way that I'm being guided to, and again, it's just like I said, it's the ancestors, God speaking through me. My whole purpose revolves around yin yang, twin flames, sacred, you know, sexuality, all that kind of stuff. Like you know, in the hopes that like when everyone wakes up to what this is about, including my own twin flame, but I've also got to surrender and let go of that as they're still sitting there. That the rewards will come at the end, you know. But it's like, I don't know what the rewards are. I know what I want them to be, but you know what I mean? That's really, I like the way that they've taught that. Right, so, what does that say? The fourth power, I'm beloved. Twin flames are about the beloved. Sacred worth, I am worthy of love, and you are both worthy of each other. I trust what my soul desires, and you both desire each other. And there's Mary Magdalene, one of my main guides. Love only ever expands. And what did I just say? It doesn't matter that he's not in my physical life. I only, you know what I mean? It does. The love just grows stronger. Beginning a new cycle. Right, okay. Stop talking about my situation. Right, so, but it wasn't all, that wasn't all just about, you know, it was just the bits that I said. Although it is 39 minutes now, and that's way it is. Lots going on right now. So, what have we got? Where's the divine feminines at in the physical? integration, multi-dimensional healing. So you could be a multi-dimensional healer, quantum healer, a healer of any kind, like myself, or you could be going through an integration of your healing. That could even be like if you're similar to me today and you're resting, you know. And then we've got the masculine's got clear energy blocks activating the higher chakras. I feel that is, yeah, the higher chakras are being activated in the masculine as they're preparing for union. And there's that strong past life energy that's coming in again that I titled the one from yesterday, because you're being prepared for union as I pull Holy Grail, receive the gift. Master Alchemist, Violet Flame activation. Everything I do around here is a Violet Flame activation with Saint Germain. And then we've got the electric, creative expression. So again, speaking your truth, and this is an electric connection. And we've got divine creativity, receiving cosmic downloads, you know, both twins receiving the downloads, guiding you back to each other. But you've got to practice patience. And what have I just explained? Saturn is about patience. You don't get the rewards right away. You put the hard work in, whether it be for a romantic connection to get the rewards, or the again, think about it, opposed to the instant gratification when it comes to romance. But we can't even call it romance when I'm talking about in general, you know what I mean? It's like how people just could, let's face it, like Venus is about looks as well. So it's like looks are in the eye of the beholder too. But like, let's just say if you're a good looking girl or guy, you could go and you're single, but I mean, anyway, but you know what I mean? It's kind of like you could go out there, find anyone, take them home, instant gratification. But is it? And that's the point. It brings it back to what we're talking about in the chat. People that are sapiosexual, you know, because I'd thank you for the person that said that, because I always forget about that word. There's loads of other terms as well, like, but basically when you need to have that mental connection, you know, it's like the rest is not going to, it doesn't matter about it unless you've got that mental connection and emotions, divine feminine energy. It doesn't matter. You can do it. Remember your identity, crystal clear vision, awareness, increase your frequency. The masculine's going through a fast track to ascension, chosen one, and I've seen the 144 throughout all of them. Yeah, you're going through a huge soul merger. This is definitely, preparing for union, aligning with abundance. But remember what I said, that isn't just aligning with like the abundance being the feminine, the masculine, which actually creates abundance, like actual money and success. And this is literally like the feminine, the masculine within a twin flame connection and within you. It all needs to come together all at once, you know what I mean? And it's like, take me home, pathway to true love, and it's happening. But some masculines are still healing, releasing the lower self. Keep at it if that's you. Some are not. Welcome home, mission accomplished. Always reminds me of Inception, which I literally posted on the community tab. Too many synchronicities, I'm just rolling with this. And it's like reminding me of that swan swimming home to its other one, and it'll make the heart. And it's look, realised your spiritual royalty after going through a dark night of the soul and a spiritual awakening. Now it's time to let your light shine and speak your truth and express yourself. Love it. Right, and that was really powerful. And again, it's made me cringe, and it'll make me know what to put it out. And if I was really like, oh, I don't know what to put it out, I'll put it on the membership. But I don't think there's any need for that. That was actually really powerful teaching about synastry in general. But definitely if you've got a Venus Saturn conjunction, and fuck's sake, I've been standing on a card, but look, I can't stand the thought of you with someone else. That might be relevant too. It's just spent. So we might be a little bit damaged in healing, all of us, but it's still relevant. See you later.